Um, Today is my birthday. I am now 22 years old. Thank you, everyone that has supported me last 2.5 years here at Zenny 62 Media, as well as Oakland News Now. Um, this is a video that I did not expect to be making at all. I expected that this man would be in prison until the day he died, or at least when he was senile, but he basically wouldn't have much of a function. But, oh my God, I don't know how to explain this. Bill Cosby. Yes, Bill Cosby himself, legendary TV icon over 50 years, one of the most influential actors of all time, that, of course, as we know, was accused of drugging and raping over 60 women and was charged and arrested for raping someone. I forgot the name of the person. Please excuse me. And he was put in prison for 8 years, but now apparently because of, I think there might have been some tampering with the prosecution or not. There were some issues going on. Because of all that, the charges are dropped. He only had to stay in prison for not even 2 years. This was a man that was supposed to have an 8-year prison sentence, and he would have been out until like his mid to late 80s. And now the charges are dropped, and he can walk a free man, and he doesn't even have to register as a sexual predator. Ever. He's a free man. He's innocent. The Supreme Court has found him innocent. I am honestly so shocked by this. Me and my brother, we would joke about, everyone else would joke about Bill Cosby, drugging, putting the drugs in the pudding and everything else. I don't know, guys. I want you to know your thoughts in the comments because honestly, I'm at a loss for words. Bill Cosby is a free man. He's free. He can go back home to Camille, enjoy the rest of his life. I don't know if he's gonna somehow have, a revival. I don't think he's gonna get his honorary doctorates brought back to him. I don't think the Kennedy Center is gonna give him his titles back. I'm not sure. I could be wrong. I mean, he was still accused by a lot of women, but the court found him innocent after falsely accusing him and having him in jail for what was supposed to be 8 years. I mean, I don't know what to say. It's a sad day for women. Because I do think, I don't want to accuse people, but when it's this many people that accuse him of it, I think he actually did end up raping people. I think he did. The evidence is clear, but there's also a statute of limitations too, so that's also pretty hard. So honestly, I am just so shocked. I can't say it's racism because obviously it isn't. Is it because of wealth? I don't think so. The Supreme Court said, that he was falsely accused and he was charged. I mean, you guys tell me. I'm at a loss for words. Bill Cosby is a free man. He got his own get out of jail free card. He doesn't have to face the repercussions. After all that, I mean, after the whole story of the Hannibal Buress live show and the journalist from the Philadelphia Inquirer, I think it was, that leaked it out, and all these women that came forward, like Lily Bernard and several others, I mean, I just don't know who to trust now. Because I'm even shocked. In the day of the whole Me Too movement, this even predated the Me Too movement. The Me Too movement started because of Harvey Weinstein. Bill Cosby, that was like a year before. Free Cosby. Well, Cosby's getting free today. He's a free man walking. Bill is now beyond the jail cell. Bill is out of the big house. The guy that, fun fact, actually, the guy that played Corey from Corey in the House, he's now going to end up in the big house. Him and Drake Bell. So that's pretty crazy. But Bill Cosby, wow. Bill Cosby is released from prison. Bill Cosby is a free man. So, again, I do question, does this mean he's going to get back his honorary doctorates from all these universities? Does that mean he's going to be un-Me Too'd? Are people going to welcome him back in society? I don't think they are. Because regardless of what the court says, the court of public opinion is still going to, it might still reign supreme. I have no idea if he was. But at the same time, he didn't just rape white women, he raped black women too. I'm just so shocked. I don't know who to trust now with this. I trust the women, especially with this many in this detail. Like, why Bill Cosby in particular? Why would it be Bill Cosby? Why would they have a thing against Bill Cosby? It can't just because that he's black or that they're jealous. It has to be a different reason. They're not all racist. I mean, it's what it said. The Supreme Court overturned the conviction. So he's free. It's like it never even happened. He's not going to go to jail. He's going to go back home to Camille. Is his special from Netflix going to finally be released? Or not? Like, what's going to happen? Are people going to be more accepting towards him? What's going on? Because even then, even though I did think that the guy is guilty, and I probably still believe he is guilty, considering how many women actually did come forward, I don't want to say it, but there's still a lot of people that still believe that Bill Cosby is innocent. Hell, Snoop Dogg even believes that Bill Cosby should be released. Snoop Dogg believes that. Now, granted, it's just Snoop Dogg. He's not a politician. He's not a lawyer. He's not a prosecutor. He's not a judge. He doesn't know the laws of the land. But there are people that still feel like he's innocent regardless. Again, the court of public opinion is really who's going to decide what happens to his case. Some people are joking. Some people are shocked. You're seeing a whole many mixed emotions. I think, though, that when it comes to it, it's going to take some time for the public to truly grab. Because I'm shocked. I'm still processing it. I have no idea what's going to happen. Guys, I really want to hear your comments. What do you guys think about this? When I was with the Bill Cosby stuff, I was back in high school doing my Eagle Scout project. And there was my mom and us. We got some like donations for our drive and had some books from Bill Cosby, like Little Bill and several others. But we decided to not let them be sold, and we put them off to the side. There was like 5 or 6 of them. A whole bunch of these Bill Cosby books. Now, are they going to be sold again? How's it going to work? Like, I have no idea. Like, you're going to see so many takes from everyone. You're going to say that this is a win. You're going to say that this is sad for the family. I don't know. I don't know. I wish I had an answer, but and honestly, I just don't have one. I just don't. It's such a crazy, crazy time. And with all the jokes that I've said about Bill Cosby, he gets acquitted and released the day. I mean, even though O.J. Simpson was never convicted for murder, and even though he did go to jail afterwards, but he was released. He's a free man. Joseph says, impossible for me to know the truth, but he got his figure where there's smoke and there's fire, and that's my saying with no. Of course, when there's that many people, when there's this much smoke, and the smoke is this thick and it's this dark, when it's this black and hard to see, I think there's fire. I think the dude is a sexual predator. I think the dude is this true. I'm not even joking. Zenny, look it up. The Associated Press just announced it. All these other publications announced it. Don Jr. even talked about it. Now, yeah, it's Don Jr. Take that what you will. But everyone's talking about it. It is big news. It's all over Twitter. It's going all over online. I'm not joking. It is this major news. I just don't know what to say. It's mind-boggling to me. And, you know, the law of the land, apparently it's with the prosecutor. Like, it's so shocking. I mean, there's smoke, there's fire. I would say, yeah, good for Bill Cosby. But there was also another presumption of innocence. Like, can I prove it? I mean, there's no DNA evidence. All these incidences. Actually, this is not what. Like, I would say, I mean, there were so many women that did come forward. You can't really. It means he was railroaded. I do think there was a decent chance he might have been railroaded. I would not be shocked. There was a lot of people that did come forward and say that. Well, that's also true. The downside with a lot of these cases, especially ones that were much, much. Oh, oh, definitely. Oh, without a doubt. When there's this many people, the downside is like when you're going through a lot of these cases that happened way, 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 way back in the past. You can't find any proof. There's no proof there. There's no DNA evidence. That's a long time ago. So it's very difficult to really prove this stuff, is sorry to say. If it happened in the past, it happened in the past. So I say that, if he's innocent, I'm very happy for him that he's okay, that he's not going to spend the rest of his life in jail. No proof, so hopefully for him, he he should not have been. Yeah, I guess it does mean that. Means that he was falsely charged. He was falsely charged, just like all these other people. Just like, yeah, it's just crazy. This is huge news. Like, I am so shocked by this. My dad's shocked. My mom's probably shocked. My brother's probably shocked, considering that we set out about all this. It's just insane. It is absolutely insane, Zenny, Joseph, everyone. I don't have any words because, like, he was probably railroaded. And granted, there was also a couple black women too, but there are also instances where they also lie, but it also goes into a lot of detail. False charging is the story of every black man. Yeah, you're right. It happens. It happens a lot. And Bill Cosby, rich or poor, it happens with all of them. I remember seeing the movie Brian Banks. And it was about a young black teenager named Brian Banks, and the football player. The football player who, of course, was falsely accused of raping his girlfriend. That never happened. She was just having a lot of pressure from the mother to just say that. And he was falsely accused and was in jail for many years. And then he was finally found not guilty after all that time. And yeah, of course, everyone is racist, in a sense. Racism is a mental illness. The Central Park 5. In case you haven't seen the miniseries by I forgot what her name was. The Netflix miniseries. She's doing the Colin Kaepernick one soon. Oh my God, what Bill Cosby thought he was above all that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure everyone thought that anyone that was black and when you're black and poor, different story. Black and rich, we thought that you'd be okay. But how crazy is that? I'm just amazed. Just so amazed that it's like this. And, the man also, his vision was getting a little bit bad. I'm on top of this. Yeah, I'm on top of this because this was major, major news back then. Zenny, when I was young, on Nick Jr., besides watching Blue's Clues and Dora the Explorer, I watched a lot of Little Bill, and that was made by Bill Cosby. It was about, a young Bill. I don't think it was Bill Cosby, but just a kid named Bill. Grew up in Philadelphia. Then they called it Philadelphia or something like that. And have all the friends. It was nice. It was a really good show. And they didn't even have a Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade balloon that lasted for a few years. Even then, I still have all the Fat Albert episodes on DVD in my house. I loved Fat Albert growing up. Hey, hey, hey. I loved that. I loved, like, the interactions. I loved the messages that it taught people, like, gang violence, and speaking out for oneself, and working. It was a great show. And of course, you can't talk about Bill Cosby without talking about the Cosby Show. That's one of the most influential sitcoms in American history. The dude is an American icon. And, he was also the very first person from I Spy. He was the very first actor to be. He was the very first actor to be. He was the very first black person to be awarded best leading actor in a TV show. That's historic. And everything about Bill Cosby you could say historic. And also the death of his son. His son Ennis, in like 20 years ago, was killed in a racially charged shooting by. Yeah. Now the conviction proves it. Yeah, Cosby said he didn't do anything. That's a fact. He didn't do anything. And the court says he didn't do anything. There's no evidence to suggest that it was made from rich money. It had nothing to do with that. And guess what? He's a free man. He's okay. And yeah, I gotta say, with Ennis, like Ennis, in case you guys don't know, Ennis Cosby was Bill's only son. Of his 5 kids, he was his only son. He was killed when he was changing his tire, all because he was black. Not joking. Look it up. Ennis Cosby. That's a whole story. It has its own Wikipedia page and everything because of how big of a story it was. I have Beverly Johnson talking to me about Cosby on Zing. Have you seen it? No, I have not seen it yet. I've been watching a lot of the stuff with Bill Cosby. People that accuse him of it. Also, his side of the story. It's Hannibal Buress's thing too. I have no idea how Philadelphia is going to react to this because that is his hometown. He's from Temple University. He is an icon there. My roommate's from Philly, or at least from outside Philly. I wonder if they're going to embrace him with open arms. That's the real question. The question I have most out of all this is, how is the cities and the environment going to treat him back? They found him innocent. The court of law found him innocent after previously convicted him as guilty. But how is the actual people on the streets going to think of him? Will he be accepted? I have no idea. But, I'm all someone that she didn't like him, but there's also some dumping on. There's a turning. Oh, it was like the thing that really kicked it off was Harvey Weinstein, but Bill Cosby was like a predecessor, like a prequel, if you will, to the Me Too movement. And, I don't think he's going to get his honorary doctorates back. I could be wrong. I don't think he's going to get. Supreme Court agreed to 2 aspects of the case that Cosby lawyers challenged. First of all, the judge's decision to let prosecutors call 5 other accusers. Oh, that's good, Joseph. That's good. I will say, though, when it comes to Cosby, like, this story was always interesting for me from the get-go because Cosby was this person that always was like always the upstanding citizen. Of course, we all know the pound cake speech. We all know he was really against the sagging pants and everything. But not every black person's like that. Everyone is different. It's all about, class as well. But I will say this. Cosby, like it or not, is a free man and he is innocent. The court ruled so with all the evidence at hand. Speaks to all these accusers. And after years of looking it over, he's innocent. He's free. I don't know if the Kennedy Center is going to honor it. The other examined Cosby's argument that he had an agreement with a former prosecutor that he'd never been charged. That he had an agreement. But do not forget. Oh, no. Never forget about the casting couch. Never forget about that. No, you should never forget about the casting couch. You know whatever everything about the cast a ton of white guys. Oh, yeah, definitely. Weinstein was just I mean, Ratner is still getting Scott Rudin. Don't forget Scott Rudin. I just saw one of his movies like a month ago or two. Wonder Boys. It was Michael Douglas and Robert Downey Jr. and one. It was like in 2000. Frances McDormand was in it. Bob Dylan did the soundtrack. Rudin was the producer. I mean, the New York Times even said that they did a catch and kill on stories for Scott Rudin. But that never happened for Bill Cosby, if I recall. None of that stuff happened. Rudin, there was a lot of that. Weinstein, they all knew about that, but they didn't say anything. But with Cosby, like, this stuff was never really said. And he was the only one that was black, if I recall. I mean, there was Kevin Spacey, but he's getting acting roles again. I don't know if it's in America, but he's getting those things again. I mean, Roman Polanski, Woody Allen, they're still getting their stuff done. You could say that stuff is even weirder. I'm not saying it's right, but they weren't falsely accused. And Brett Ratner's one. Matt Lauer. Like, Matt Lauer is gone, but he could come back down the road. I have to read the case. But if he got out of there, then there's a legal... Oh, it is a legal mess. I think the entire situation is a mess in itself. Oh, I think this entire story is a mess. My mom, what wonderful news this morning. Bill was railroaded, never should have been there in the first place. You know, you're right. I mean, Bill Cosby growing up was always like a very old soul figure, even when he was younger. And, you know, even though I'm not sure of it, I am happy that, yeah, he was railroaded. And to be fair, a lot of people saw that. A lot of people saw him as a scapegoat. A lot of people saw it as, like, gold digging. And even then, even if it did happen, there's very, very little evidence to prove it. So, like it or not, it is what it is. And, society needs to accept it. I know I have. I want other people to. But I don't know if they are. I don't know if they are. A lot of line about, oh, Amy Cooper. Oh, you mean Karen in Central Park? Oh. Yeah. Oh, I remember that very, very vividly. I remember, don't worry, Zenny. I know all about the Karens. She didn't that was disgusting. That was absolutely disgusting. Like, I've seen this other stuff, like, Woody Allen's way weirder, especially when you saw the documentary on HBO when you heard directed from Dylan Farrell. Oh, yeah. Oh, Ronan Farrow. It's just me, or does Ronan Farrow look a little bit like Frank Sinatra? He looks a little bit like Frank Sinatra. I know. We don't know for sure, but I'm just saying. He looks a bit like Frank Sinatra. Yeah. Hurley is one of the brands that I've had. Um, I'll well, for Zenny62 Media, Zenny, I'll send you my no, what Hurley is one of. Oh no, it's just you. Oh, Zenny, I'll send you my address, my post office number via text after this. But yeah, I was just just minding my day, just doing something. My connect structures. I'm building the Golden Gate Bridge in case anyone's curious. Very, very good. I've always loved connects. But then I get this message. My dad says, "Hey, Bill Cosby's released." I'm like, "What? Bill Cosby's released?" And sure enough, like, you're kidding me, right? Okay. Hey, Dad, Zenny said hello. He says hello too. Yeah, like it's almost just incredible that it feels like a story in history is over in a sense because we're seeing the story of one of America's most influential anytime. We're looking at the story of one of, if we're being honest, and I'm going to be really blunt here, Bill Cosby is probably the most influential black man on television. It's very, in American television history, you can make an argument, a very strong argument, that he is the most influential one. He pioneered a whole field. And, it looked like his reputation ended. And now, it looks like he was able to bounce back. And, funny enough, he was falsely accused, and here he is. I'm very happy that the right decision was found out. Considering it was falsely accused, I am very, very sorry for Bill that he had to deal with that. I personally feel that Camille should be very happy. His daughters all should be very happy. I hope all these other places, I know it's going to be difficult, but try to embrace him with open arms again. Try to embrace him. Because he's very old. His reputation was nearly completely destroyed. He lost all of that stuff. Reputation is earned in drops but lost in buckets. And Bill Cosby is no longer a convicted felon, falsely accused. And as someone like me who grew up with Bill Cosby, and someone who has seen people like Drake Bell. Drake Bell, in case you don't know, Drake Bell, I love Drake and Josh. Seeing that he is going to go to prison for all that, we all do need a Zang. Yeah, seeing that, yeah, Kanye was right, and Snoop Dogg was right. All those guys are right. He was innocent. But seeing a guy like Drake Bell, for instance, doing that with, a girl that was 20 years younger, Jared Fogle, that was so sad. Seeing Drake Bell especially really made me sad, because I understand the world's tough, but, seeing someone like him be in that situation, after all that, it was heartbreaking. And I was very happy with Chauvin's conviction. Anytime, Zenny. No, thank you for giving me this platform in the first place. You're the one that really deserves the thanks, Zenny. I appreciate it. Everything you've done. Gene Drake Bell, what he did was very, very hard to watch. You raised me, Drake. Why would you? And, another instance, like Derek Chauvin. Thank God that monster's up in prison for all the damage that he's done across this whole nation. What he did to George Floyd and the many other people that he had a role in. I mean, yeah, it's 22 and a half, but there's going to be civil charges against that soon. He's going to be in prison for a long time. And the other three guys, they deserve they deserve to be hard too, but it's a turning point in this country. It's a turning point. It's very good. Confederates, I understand it's very, but seeing the Confederate stuff being removed, it's good. It's a long time coming, but it's here. If you want to keep them in museums, you can keep them, but please stay that away from federal, because I was so happy when Mississippi. It's a great day for me. What a great birthday gift, Zenny. What an absolutely fantastic birthday gift. Bill Cosby's getting released from prison. Oh my God. That's so incredible. I mean, in case anyone's curious, the only other gift that I would say was probably just as, good was this, actually. These guys don't know what this is. It's a Connects Golden Gate Bridge set I've always loved Kinects growing up. My parents gave it to me as a birthday gift because I love creating and building this stuff, and it works here. Possible reason why people jumped on the bandwagon to cancel Cosby because you know it's a notorious school. Yes, that is correct. That is correct, Joseph. He was someone that you know he was known for someone that oftentimes went after other people for because he disagreed with he was more. I mean, I've heard people say that he isn't really black. Okay, no, he's black. He's one of the most influential black men in American history. That's a fact. He's up there with people like, Thurgood Marshall, Jackie Robinson, Barack Obama, Booker T. Washington, W.B. Du Bois, Frederick Douglass. You could say Bill Cosby is deserving of that list of important, iconic American trailblazers for African Americans all across this great nation. And it makes me very, very happy to see that he's not tarnished. Sorry, my grandmother was just my grandmother was just going. But yeah, it's just absolutely just crazy, all this stuff. What was your experience of Bill Cosby growing up? I want to know your experience. Because I saw Bill Cosby as, a very lovable, humble guy. And I'm still going to remember him as that. I'm no longer going to think of him as a rapist. I'm no longer going to think of him as someone like this. I'm no longer going to think of him as a monster. I'm going to think of him as someone who did a lot for this country, but even he was falsely accused of something. And whether or not society wants to accept him back, that's on their decision. But, all I could say is, it's a great day to be Bill Cosby. It's a great day to be a Cosby fan. It's a great day to be a black fan. Oh, you met him in 1972? Wow. That's been like meeting an idol. Wow. That was incredible. And, I'm happy, Ennis is looking down and saying, that's my father. They know he never did do any of that stuff. He's a free man, not guilty. And you can't say, wow. I am amazed. I am blown away. And today is a great day. And I've been talking about this for a while. And I got to look to see what other people are saying. But I'm going to be starting to do stuff for the rest of the day. But if there's anything else, I'll make another vlog about this. But, man, what a turn of events. And what a time and change for our country. And oh, yeah. On live looking at, yeah. You're live yourself? It's kind of crazy. Just like, hey, everyone else besides just Denny and Joseph, what do you guys think? Do you personally feel like Zenny? What does your mom think about all this? Did you think that? Did you ever think that he would actually get released? Did you personally think he would get released, or did you think he would serve out the entire rest of his sentence? Because honestly, I thought he was going to serve the rest of his sentence. I did not expect this would happen. I'm just blown away. Just absolutely just blown away. And I think everyone else is too. I mean, like it or not, court didn't find any evidence, and you just got to deal with that. Uh, is he a sick man? I don't know if I would say that. There's not really much evidence to suggest it. You had hope, yeah. I, you know, I was not too sure. Yeah, I didn't. I personally did not think he would get released. I thought he would be in prison the rest of his life. Like when, and I thought he would die in jail. I thought he would die before his sentence would be over, if anything, because he was ailing health. But now he's free. He doesn't have to be charged as a sexual assaulter. No, he doesn't. He's not going to rape anyone. He's not going to put quaaludes or roofies or anything. He's not going to put the Jello or ecstasy or anything that. He's going to just. I don't know if he's going to do anything though. He's very old. I don't know how many people are really going to accept him. I think still the stigma is going to carry with him the rest of his life, whether or not he did it. And I don't know how I feel. No, what? You don't think he's going to do anything? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely not. Yeah. Yeah. It's just absolutely just insane. They putting him back in the street. Okay. Even though I will say this, when all this stuff was happening, I made some pudding jokes with my brother too. Oh man, they gave him the wrong pudding. But speaking of which, maybe Jello can open up with open arms. Hello, everyone. I want to introduce. Maybe he'll be back in the television, advertising Hall of Fame. I don't know if he will. I mean, Jerry Sandusky is still in the Pennsylvania Athletics Hall of Fame. So if Sandusky can be there, why can't Cosby do that? Why not? It makes sense. Just put him back in. Who's gonna care? I mean, hell, football still has O.J. Simpson, but they still don't have Charles Follis or Tank Younger or Kenny Washington because it's like, oh, they don't need to have Hall of Fame busts to get inducted. Oh, give me a break. That's the only thing people care about, man. You're out of touch if you think that. And whoever says otherwise, Charles Follis is deserving, Tank Younger deserving, Kenny Washington, all three deserving for Canton. Hall of Fame voters, if you're watching, please put him in. You don't need the stats to prove it. Their impact is greater than that. Woody Strode, too. All that. Another pioneer. If I recall, I think Woody Strode is the reason why Woody from Toy Story got the name. Could be wrong. But that's also pretty cool. Also, Paul Robeson. I think that's the right name. Paul Robeson. One of the iconic people in the music industry. He was also a trailblazer for football, too. And now that Bill Cosby is released, it almost feels like a weight's lifted off. Pete Rose, I think, yeah, he should. And, as well as Doc Adams, who invented the shortstop position, Pete Browning, who helped make the Louisville Slugger, all that stuff. But, these good old boys don't think they're good enough. Like, seriously, come on. Look at some younger people. Look at some outside perspectives. But man, Bill Cosby is free. I'm gonna celebrate by getting some Jello. What flavor should I get, guys? What flavor Jello should I get to celebrate Bill Cosby's release? I feel like I should celebrate it with some nice lime Jello because that was my grandfather's favorite. Free Bill Cosby, and I see you're repping Les Canadiens. What race do you feel me? Grape. Grape? Oh, grape Jello. Ah, grape Jello is pretty good. That's good. Grape Jello is pretty good. So, you know what? For Bill Cosby, why don't we get multiple kinds of Jello? Why don't we get a whole colorful rainbow of Jello? Not really Jello pudding. I'm not really as big as that. I'm more of a mighty fine kind of pudding kind of people. Yeah, chocolate pudding. Don't forget it. Chocolate. Now it's time to put Trump in jail for inside the ride. Yes, yes. Oh, I don't know if you guys heard, but did you guys actually hear that might be some indictments against the Trump organization? Oh, that'd be pretty interesting. Oh, that's gonna be so fun. Seeing can you imagine? Can you and Rudy? Thanks. Remember he sponsored Jello pudding, not Jello Geldin. Yes, that is true. He did sponsor Jello pudding. I think there were some like watermelon Jello. I think he wanted to advertise, but he was mostly known for the pudding more than the gelatin. But I think in like on SNL when they did a skit about him, like Keenan Thompson was him. He had like Jello things there, and if you guys don't remember, Keenan Thompson also played Fat Albert in the movie. And he was one of his idols. In fact, I think Bill Cosby's the reason why he even got into it. Um, and yeah, Keenan Thompson, he's a legend too. He's getting a star in the Hollywood Walk of Fame. That's pretty awesome, knowing that. And also with the stuff with Trump too, like I think Weisselberg's gonna flip. I think Ivanka. I would not be shocked if Trump flips on his kids. I think Eric would be the first to go. I'm sorry, Eric, but I think you'd be the first one to get flipped on. Ivanka might be the last. Tiffany and Barron didn't do anything. Don Jr. is like somewhere in the middle. And no, I don't see Trump running for president by 2024. I think, you know, as he keeps speaking more and more are also going to just leave him. More and more are just going to like leave him. I mean, they're not even putting this stuff on Fox News anymore. The only way to find his like rallies, you got to watch on Newsmax or OAN or those other places, or maybe RBSN, no RSBN, Right Side Broadcasting Network, yes, or all these other places. When I watch them all just to see the enjoyment of it, I don't. But he's saying the same nonsense constantly. But I think he also knows that he also is out there because his ego's kind of low. I'm not trying to insult the Donald. I'm just saying the truth. I'm just saying the truth. You know? I think DeSantis might be the guy they have. But let's see what happens. But anyway, guys, like I said, Bill Cosby's a free man. And a big time in TV history comes to a close. Giving Trump a severe narcissist and all about him the former attorney predicted. Yeah, that's true. And Rudy's getting the consequences too. And yeah, Rudy no longer barred, but he's an idiot for saying, "Let's have trial by combat." Oh God, Rudy. What a fall from grace. But also not that surprising. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all the views that we got for this. Appreciate everything. If make sure Zenny, just so you know, I'm going to give you my address for the Zenny 62 media shirt. I will come and see your stream just a moment. Please, everyone, make sure you like this video. Make sure you comment. Subscribe to Zenny 62 Media if you haven't already. Make sure you hit the notification bell if you want to see more. Thanks again, guys, and thanks to Bill Cosby. You are now a free man. And, I will accept you in society, even if there's people who don't. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one, guys. Peace.